here, and we're pushing forward with the postseason here. We got another fun day. We got some WNBA to add to the agenda today, but we got game one of that Knicks Pacers series. We got game one, Edmonton and Dallas. We got a beautiful baseball slate to dive into. We got back to back, nice little shorter slate, main slate stuff with some good dynamics on them the next 2 days here. And then we're going to jump into BBM because, the tush push, baby. So much was made of it for 15 minutes there. Snip, snap. And we're back. We're back buying into Jalen Hurts now, Nez.
Man, what a 24 hours that was. I would not have been mad if they banned it. I would not have been mad. I think it's a stupid play. I think it makes for a bad product. And I'd like to see them do something else. But the tough-nosed dudes in the NFL couldn't make themselves look silly, which I do respect. I do respect that. But I hate the play. I think the play is dumb, and I don't think it's good for the game. But it is legal. Like, I don't think that it's not legal. I just, from a spectator standpoint, I think it's okay to not like it.
Yeah. No, entirely fair there. Do you think, though, like hypothetically, if it had gone away, you just replace all those plays inside the 5 with sneaks and scrambles?
I mean, like, so many of his touchdowns are at the 1 yard line. Mm-hmm. He's QB sneaking that shit anyways.
Right.
Like, what's he converting? 80% instead of 100% of those?
Right. Yeah.
Like, he's still going to do well.
I kind of feel the exact same way. What up to Mello? Mello is killing today.
My wife is just killing it with the appointments during the work day for me, but he's doing pretty good right now. So yeah, hello baby Mello. John, I had a tweet yesterday or 2 days ago. I just just come up with these like stupid ass thoughts and tweet them.
Okay.
Where I just said to like, my 2-month-old son loves Gatorade, and so many people thought I was being serious.
Come on, guys. We're better than
like Pepsi instead or something, because maybe Gatorade was like a little too like believable, but
right. A little too on
I had
the
a lot
nose.
of fun with that.
That's good shit. I really like that. I actually did not see that. Oh, that's a good bit.
I'm done.
One of my favorite things, because over the weekend there when we're at the cabin, we got the baby with us, right? So this is back-to-back trips with my niece here, and she's 3 months now, 4 months, something like that, maybe 3 months. And my favorite thing is just faking that I'm giving her beer every 5 minutes, and everyone freaks out. No, she's too young. You can't do that. You can't. So good, man.
Great bit.
Dude, actually, speaking of your tweets and cabin and everything all tied together there, you sent out a tweet of a bird this morning. What is the significance of this bird?
Dude, it's a cool looking bird.
Oh, okay. So it's just like you were just observing the birds.
I mean, it looked like, I've never seen I think it's a painted bunting is what it was. Never seen one of those before. Ever.
Yeah.
And they're only in Texas for like the spring, and then they're migrating to South America. I just thought it was a pretty ass bird. So
who knew the layers in which you had, Nez? The layers.
Dude, loved to bird watch. I had a bird feeder for a while, but the seeds attracted some critters. Not critters, but like insects in the house. So got rid of that. And so we put up a bird bath. Apparently a bird bath is where it's at. Haven't seen a single fucking bird in that bird bath yet, but
all right. Okay. I got you.
We're trying.
Yeah. Dude, over the weekend there, it's funny that we had bird related stories in the same instance here. We were topping all the trees and, clear cutting some of the shrubbery and like just doing kind of like fun grunt work with power tools and starting fires. It was a lot of fun. But when we topped one of the trees and it kind of fell into this pile, and I was scooping stuff to throw it into the fire, and I went down like this, and there was a nest with 4 babies in it that had survived the fall and then were sitting there. So I took the nest and we put it on like higher ground so the dogs couldn't get it. We moved the dogs inside for a bit. And then we saw they were 4 chickadees. We saw the mom with like food in her mouth, like trying to feed them. So I started playing chickadee YouTube sounds like for babies on my phone, and we moved the nest like toward her, and then she would get scared of us, and then we would leave it, and then whatever. Anyways, basically we solved humanity and the circle of life and existence because the mom found the nest on like a low point, and then we moved it to a high point where she could then feed them and it'd be safe. It was pretty crazy.
Wow, that's a happy ending because that was stressful just going through that whole thing. That was a lot of stress.
Dude, Tucker almost had four birds for lunch.
Oh fuck. Right now, this guy on my lap is I've got one of Bria's YouTube videos up, and I'm just giving him screen time and just having him watch his mom talk on mute.
Could possibly be interested in watching dad and his idiot friend.
solving fatherhood.
Oh my god, that's good shit.
He's locked in, dude.
I like it. Nez, let's start with a place that we don't usually start, but in in the I don't know what the word is. In the rare instance that we do not have an NBA slate to draft today, but we still have a playoff NBA game to talk about. I cooked up a little something for the extendor for the people. So we obviously want to run it back with the extender. I know there was one floating around in the Discord there that you shared yesterday that we were, fractions of a point. I think we lost by 0.5 Naz Reid on the PRA there. But we felt a little bit of a heater on the stream yesterday. We got a couple of those home run pick'ems home there. We got the Katie Clark free square home run there. So I'm feeling good right now, and we're going to be playing this game tonight with the rollover contest. But I used Unabated has their projections already out right now, so I got ahead and made this like quick little 3-1 here, and then put the extendor in there as well, so we could run an extendor series with this one right here. So I went with Jalen Brunson higher on the turnovers. I think that Nemhard matchup is pretty difficult, and 2.5, it's a volatile stat, but not crazy. A Josh Hart higher on the points and assists. A TJ McConnell had to sneak that in there, though.
There was no way that they suggested that. That had to have been all you.
For the record, I knew this critique was coming, Nez, so I have the unabated ready here. TJ McConnell, 5.8% edge, courtesy of the good people at Unabated. All right. I knew that was coming. The people just thought I snuck it in. And then Pascal Siakam getting that OG treatment for a lower on the 29.5 there. I'll go ahead and share this link in the chat, and hopefully we can run back some magic from yesterday with the community here.
Yeah, I'm going to be tailing this, so thank you for doing the work for us.
There we go. So I'll put that one in the private chat, and I will put that one in the main chat for everybody. Oh, God tore down the birds' home, then rehomed them solved. That is so good. Reminds me, I should get the comments from the chat up on screen. We experimented with that when it was rolling through. Love to see the GMs. Numi with the like and sub, please, and thank you, everyone. Nez, do you want to talk about last night and any horses you may have going into tonight with the contest?
Yeah, I didn't run through all of my teams, but I do have too much Rudy Gobert, which stinks. But
someone didn't watch the show, huh?
No, it was too. By the time you did that show, I was already maxed. But I do have a lot of J-Dub, so that's cool.
Nice. Yeah, we really I really like the J-Dub stuff. I had J-Dub at 4 with Brunson ahead of him just for diversification's sake. But yesterday aged really well because we were talking about what those teams could look like if they decide to play small and play Naz Reid at the 5, and then the push-pull of Gobert and Hartenstein minutes versus one another, and how they were probably positively correlated, even though they would cannibalize each other's stats, but they were positively correlated in the sense that the minutes would come when they're both on the floor versus one another. Talked about the possibility of the two quick ones either way too. So yeah, some of that shit aged pretty nice there yesterday. So happy about that.
Yeah, good call. Had a nice show yesterday. Very nice show yesterday. Makes
There we
sense. I
go.
wasn't there, so
Well, you're here today, Nez, and we gotta push onward here. I want to give a little shout out to the community as we always do here with the MLB stuff from last night. Come on, load. There we go. MLB. I knew we moved the cycle to the front there, and I accidentally entered one, and then thought I might win at one point there, which would have been fun. But Roofing Man, an old friend of the show who's
that's
been
right.
around for a long, long time, and a touching tribute to you here, Nez, by playing the powerless Sal Frelick in this lineup to get a contrarian Brewer stack mixed in with Aaron Judge, who we said was the 101, and then Yamamoto, man, who looked really, really nice, and his score actually should have been higher because he probably should have found his way to getting a win here with the way in which he pitched. But he was no through 6 1/3 or something like that, almost 7 for a no hit ball, which was pretty surprising because he struggled with Arizona, one start ago, and it's always a weird dynamic to go against the same team 2 starts in a row, and that usually favors hitters. But Yamamoto flipped the switch and figured it out.
Yeah, he looks really good. Awesome team. Man, it's a shame. I decided to not draft any Sal Frelick this year. He's not doing so bad. He's having himself actually a pretty decent season. But I had to draft Jacob Wilson in the 20th round instead. So
Yeah, because if there's one thing for certain, Nez is going to take a Pirates pitcher or a powerless potential 2020 or potential 10-10 combined 20 guy in the last round like clockwork. You got nothing, eh? You got nothing.
they hate what they can't understand.
Oh, good shit. That's actually a good segue, Nez, to tomorrow. We're gonna have an NBA slate back. We're gonna have an NHL slate back because it's gonna be the game 2s of the double draft there. We are also gonna have a baseball main slate that I believe will have 5 games on it, something like that. So there'll be lots to talk through with that. But I think we're also gonna do our first 7th inning stretch. Haven't looked a ton at the ADP stuff. Honestly, haven't been paying enough attention to sweating dingers because we've been doing this daily stuff. We should probably do a little look back at our own dingers there, see where people are at in terms of total cumulative scoring while we go through a 7th inning stretch tomorrow.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. The 7th inning stretch is such a fun contest, and there's just like so many guys that I want to have large exposure to, but don't have time to necessarily get into that many drafts while the ADP is what it is. But yeah, that'll be fun to talk about.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. All right. Big shout outs to Roofing Man there. We got some other friends and family at the top here. Andrew with a first place since coming back, and now with a 3rd place. Couldn't be me. Unbelievable stuff there. And then the cycle winner was Duke, Big Duke Rotor, 1026 here. And we had a WNBA one last night as well there. We got one in on the show. Seed the Jerk. Seed the Jerk? Said the Jerk. There we go.
Yeah, there you go, Said.
There we go.
Caitlin Clark.
Mm-hmm. Fiona Jones,
good.
Brittany Griner, Kelsey Mitchell, Jewel, who was shouted out in the chat by the True Ball Knowers that Jewel Lloyd was a good pick. Yeah. Rivers at the end there.
WNBA is fun. I got to learn me some women's hoops, man, because it's probably $60K today. I got to learn me some.
Yeah, no, the prize pools are too big to ignore right now. Like this is great stuff to see with 4K to first and all that sort of stuff. So I'm in the same camp as you. I know Unabated is coming out with projections, so maybe we can get our hands on those and we could do it.
Oh, we can do it.
All right, Nez, let's talk about I just want to talk about tonight's matchup because you didn't have a chance to speak on it at all yesterday because we didn't do the show together. Any thoughts about the matchup tonight with Knicks and Pacers?
Man, I just think it's going to be a really good series, and I would love for the Knicks to go out and take care of business, but unfortunately, the play from like Hart and OG has just been like really inconsistent. But like Mikal has been playing great basketball, so obviously that's a strong positive. I do think the Knicks win the series. I hope it's decisive, but my heart tells me, Knicks in 6 kind of rolls off the tongue there. That's what I'm thinking. I should be a good game, man. I think it should be decently high scoring too.
Either way, whoever comes out of the East, you're going to have either the birthplace of basketball there, or you're going to have the Mecca involved. I think the Mecca would be more enjoyable there for in terms of national media coverage and the way the finals could become larger than life. If you have the Knicks in the finals there, that'd be great. But yeah, I mean, I kind of think obviously this is not groundbreaking stuff. I kind of think the Pacers are deeper and have more ways to adjust and win. That being said, like I think the Knicks at their premium top outcome with everybody playing north of 37 minutes or whatever. And now what they saw at the tail end of the last series, their ability to find a little bit of small ball if they want it with Deuce McBride instead of, having to rely on so much from Mitchell Robinson, that they at least have a little more versatility than I initially thought they had coming into the postseason there. But I think the Pacers are the deeper of the two teams. I think the ceiling outcome from the Knicks is higher in my estimation.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly what I would say.
Yeah. This is one we had Jack saying sirs in 7. This is one we never touched on, Nez, but whoever came up with the Yes Sirs t-shirt should be immediately fired and not allowed to ever have a marketing job ever again in any sports-related capacity.
See, I initially hated it. Thought it was dumb. But like it's grown on me so much. It's one of those things that is like so stupid that it's like that it's good.
Yeah, it's so bad it's good.
Yeah. The sirs, like the yes sirs, like you just get immediate buy-in because it's just so memeable. Honestly, John, I'm gonna go the other way. I think that marketing individual deserves a raise.
Oh,
we're talking about it. We don't.
Yeah, it's true.
We don't talk. We're not talking about anybody else. We're not talking about the Thunder.
Right. It's a fair point. It's a fair point, Nez. This is a pretty good one here. Sirs or CLT Hornets jersey. That's good, man. Yes, I know. There's no bad press. It's a good press. It's great for a clip. I got it. Our resident Lavalord expert, or WNBA expert Lavalord chiming in here that DMC had the nutted lineup there, but didn't get that one home, and then said had a good accessible team, but was the only person to get to it. So nice. Good context for the WNBA winner yesterday. Nez, I think we've talked a little bit of hoops. We've talked a little bit of WNBA. I think we just throw ourselves in the fire right now and we just rip a WNBA draft off the top right now. Rip the Band-Aid. We got a 3-game slate tonight. I don't know much about much, but we are going to get in here and see if we can create a little magic.
Oh, we're going to create a little magic, brother. That's for damn sure.
Good people at Unabated. We can jump on over there. We got Minnesota Lynx, the better of the two Minnesota basketball teams, as 11.5-point favorites at home there. Nez, Phoenix, 5.5-point favorites. And the Mystics of Washington are 5-point favorites. All the totals are pretty close. 160, 166.5, 163.5. I learned the other day that this Golden State team is an expansion team. And we rolled the 1-0-1.
Well, that is great news because, top 3, I'd say are all like pretty fair. Top 4 are all pretty fair, but Nafisa is the 1.0, so never mad about the 101.
All right,
but it's not Asia Wilson is what I'm getting. It's not Asia. So
okay, so let's go comp guy on this. Nafisa is kind of like a slate where SGA is 101. Like it's not like Joker, it's not like Giannis, it's not, Wemby 101. This is like an SGA 101 slate.
SGA with like who would be two in this example? Like SGA Luca.
Oh, okay.
You know,
So
like,
it's still a premium talent slate.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
It's just like not like Asia is Jokic.
Okay, that checks out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's the GOAT.
All right, we're slowly learning. Show by show here. Look at Ducky. Ducky's out here. Respooks out here. Oh my god.
Dude,
anyone who knows ball across multiple sports, huh?
Ducky is just praying that everybody did a good job at setting ADP.
Legend. Hey, don't besmirch the legend that is Ducky.
My fault. I'm trying to on the fly with one hand get you the PRA model up and running, but man, you do not get a lot of they don't give PRA to all these players, so you really just got to like choose your battles. Like I might be better off doing points and assists for the WNBA model. Let's find out.
I got you.
Yeah, I'm up shit creek. Here we go. Points and rebounds is flush. Here we go.
This got me good. Nick might goof around and pop over. New Jersey Nick is back so that he can get some WNBA going.
There's no way he knows WNBA ball. There's just no way.
Paige goes at 9 there. Jump Free saying that's his 101 forever.
Okay. You're gonna get bonked in the chat, brother.
Oh, we got a search. Okay. I'm staring at Tiffany, Kiki, Temi. Who we like here?
Tiff is a GM.
Tiffy's a GM creator.
Yeah, and then I don't think I have Temi ranked yet, but Temi, I know Jessica Shepard had a nice couple games there. I think Alana Smith is a good scroll down.
Ooh, with the probable tag. People are going to be a little... Are we sure we don't want to push the P tag?
No.
Okay. All right. We're not scared of the probable tag. Alana Smith showed out some great rates in that first game. 31 fantasy points in 16 minutes there. Cole saying Kiki is a ball knower pick. Lavalord saying Kiki might not start. So polarizing opinions in the chat right now on Kiki, man.
That's funny. Those are two funny comments back to back.
Irafin? Kiki Irafin?
Irafine.
Oh, there's another I in there. Irafine. All right. Well, let's see. With that alpha, we'll see what the room decides. Maybe, she's not sliding past Respook. Respook's all over it.
No, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna find you some picks here. This range after Alana, I'm struggling with like Temi, Kiki, Maisha Hines Allen is always like a safe pick. Everybody back here looks like 20 fantasy points is a dub. Okay. So I got to find the real gems here.
Do we need some game correlation here?
That could
help into this Minnesota game. Dallas 11.5 point dogs on the road here. Is there someone coming off the Dallas pine that could get some extra burn tonight?
That could definitely help.
Yeah, not
for whatever reason. I'm seeing Melissa Smith pop up for like a decent pick, but that's like way down the road. That might be a good neck. Like well, not way down the road. That could be a good 4 or 5 turn pick.
Okay. Nalissa's a sick name too.
It is. That is a good name.
Yeah.
Really good names in the dub.
Oh yeah, I've been fumbling all over them all week, dude.
Oh, we wouldn't expect anything less. Like Odyssey Sims, that's just that's a future Gumby product.
Odyssey, give me selling the Odyssey Sims. You want to be better at best ball? Invest in Odyssey Sims.
Doesn't that just sound great?
Running the S words, running the Odysseys. From now on, running the S words is now running the Odysseys. All right. Yeah. Jade, Melbourne, great city. Hosts a good tennis tournament, bad poker tournament. Van Loo, Austin.
Let's do
We're doing Nalissa.
Yeah. And then I know I've taken Van Loo a few times.
Okay. What's up with Van Loo here on the expansion team? We like her more than Monique Billings.
I think she came over via expansion draft.
Okay.
So, you know, she's our David Carr. Or David Carr was an expansion drafted, but he was rookie on expansion team. We're running with it. It's too late.
Oh man. Oh, good stuff here. Nez, people are wondering, did you get in the Daytime Diamond today? Oh, revenge game. Nice.
Major bump. I forgot she was a mystic. I did do a diamond draft, literally one.
Okay, yeah.
It was tough. I had my hands full this morning. But I did one. And who's letting me down? The Astros are letting me down in a major way. But I do have Julio Rodriguez.
And Julio's going nice right now?
He has 18 points. He hit a big time bomb.
Nice. Yeah, that game fell flat on its face last night. It was like, oh, that might be sneaky leverage because of the rain out and whatever. But evergreen reminder that bullpen games, not the best to target against.
Nope. And 101, Hunter Brown is getting rocked. 90 degrees in Tampa Bay. And
yeah, I did 2 drafts and they were both Tampa stacks. Because I was like, oh, let's just stack all the lefties against Hunter Brown where it's 90 degrees.
Easy game.
Some people are saying. We'll take a look at the live leaderboard in half a second, and then we will jump in to talk about some baseball and then do a football draft.
That's a show right there.
Suggs Sutton, what a name. Carly Samuelson.
No, never mind. She was like a next woman up type of deal whenever the Minnesota was missing bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Sammy Whitcomb. No, see all these women back here have like 15 points in their game log. I don't know. I don't know the edge here. Who's got the pick 36? Let us know.
Yeah, we need it in the chat there. Mercedes Russell. Dude, I think we got to go game correlation. We either got to go Minnesota bench run. So Natisha Heidemann, or Diamond Miller. Are you kidding me? We're literally looking for a diamond in the rough right now, and you just gave us Diamond Miller.
Click the name.
Dude, Daytime Diamond Miller. Lou Dog's all over it. Oh my God. If we did not cook, wow. We roll the 101 because why wouldn't you? Nafisha Collier. Is it that how you say it? Nafisha?
I think so.
Yeah, Nafisha.
Sounds right to me.
Tiffany Hayes, Alana Smith, Nalissa Smith. They're not related, right? They're playing each other. They're just Smiths.
The most common last name on earth. I'm gonna.
It's true. Yeah, it's like Muhammad. It's Julie Van Loo and Diamond Miller as you scroll the F down.
That's a winner.
I should have done Natasha.
Yeah, we like Natasha, but
all right.
But we had to go for the bit. I mean, what else were we supposed to do?
Both Low and Lau hit bombs.
They did.
Well, that's good. That's good for your boy. All right, let's go live to the Daytime Diamond real quick. See what's going on. See if we got a sweat here. We got 22nd place and we got 75th place. We got this Miami stack that needs to start pulling its weight alongside the Tampa. And then we got the Detroit stack that needs to start pulling its weight alongside the Tampa. So we will see. Des Hush, Grill Belichick, they're up there. Jay Baconator, all friends of the show. Isak Paredes having another nice night. Kyle Tucker and Julio Rodriguez. Man, Isak is effing scorching hot right now.
My son.
I'm glad we got one fan who gets a good super bad McLovin reference.
If you don't know that, if you did not, that reference didn't hit you. You need to leave.
All right, Nez, should we talk a little walk-off Wednesday, a little 7-game slate here?
Yeah, I'll do my best to provide some solid insight.
All right, sounds good, buddy. This is I like what Underdog did both today and presumably tomorrow. Numi did kind of confirm that the intentions tomorrow to include these 645s and these 640s just to elongate the slate a little bit. I know the draft window is a little tighter, but it's easier on days with no NBA to get these things filled, especially with like the 30 less minutes there. Might have a little bit of weather concern stuff around this Braves Nationals game, a little bit with the Yankees as well. Yeah, we got Coors back on the slate. Man, these Rockies are going to take an absolute rocking the next couple days here. I mean, leading up, dealing with Phillies. They get the Phillies for 4, and then you know who rolls into town for the weekend, Nez?
The Dodgers?
The Yankees. So same thesis, different team. There, we got these Athletics that are going to be somewhat chalky yet again. It looks like another good home run spot for them in the Sutter Health Park. And yeah, man, we got a little bit more of a pitching matchup for this Dodgers and Diamondbacks comparative to some of the other games on the slate. But yeah, what are your initial thoughts on this?
I mean, to juxtapose the ADP, the Oakland LA game is just like way underpriced. Great way to get off the Phillies chalk, which is just out of this world steamy.
Could not agree more, my friend.
And and we got some strong pitching today compared to yesterday. We just really, we got good pitching from guys, but it didn't on the surface look like a great pitching slate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. We talked about yesterday how it was like Yamamoto and Cease and Skubal as kind of like this tier, and then it was Will Warren, and then it was nobody else kind of thing. Was just kind of how I was treating it yesterday. And if I got stuck, I was going with Michael Lorenzen, which didn't feel great, but I thought he was like a good like median score type guy.
Yeah, I got to Bassett a couple times. That was nice.
Yeah, that worked out really well. I didn't play any Bassett and didn't talk about Bassett, so that was a miss by me. I know San Diego's scuffling right now, but they just don't strike out enough. Like that's how I was reading it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm probably going back to that well today with Gosman being as cheap as he is.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, some good kind of similar vibe to yesterday with a little bit of upper echelon pitching here and then some other spots to get to. But I think you articulated that perfectly where this does feel a little bit better and more palatable from a pitching perspective than yesterday.
Yeah, and then the other thing I'll say, just like, these baseball slates are obviously like less structured than our NBA stuff, but Rockies today, Taijuan Walker just gets no respect from me. So cheap Rockies today sounds like a lot of fun.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good to me. I particularly prefer Rockies when they're playing against left-handed pitching. That being said, the two lefties that they faced early in this series are significantly better pitchers than Taijuan Walker. So the tipping point is today looks worse on paper in quotations in most people's minds after they saw the Rockies fail multiple times, but yet this is by far the best spot the Rockies have had so far this series.
Yeah, well said.
We could do a little bit of run total stuff and walk through some of the lineup stuff and some of the potential projection. I think one big question for people as I pull up the weather here, just to remind everybody, Nez, is what are you doing at the 101 today? Because 101 is kind of interesting because it's a 7-game slate instead of 11 yesterday, which makes the stats of the Phillies harder to get to. I think the spot on paper yesterday was better than for the Phillies than today. That being said, the bullpen a little more taxed now deeper in the series here, and we love to target the second worst bullpen in all of baseball there. But how are you treating, yesterday you could get like Schwarber and Turner together. You could get, Turner and Harper together. Today that feels far less obtainable. Does that steer you a little bit further away from Coors and rather take like Ohtani or something at the top here?
Yeah, it definitely makes me like. So here's what I'll say. If I am probably going to auto draft a lot today, I'm just going to like fade the Phillies. Horrible feeling in my stomach doing that. Mm-hmm. But that's how I'm going to play it. Is probably a Phillies fade and try to just like basically get whatever stack I want around that with whatever pitcher I want around that, because everybody else is going to be tripping and falling over themselves to pair their Phillies. So, I'll keep them at like at bay, like they're just not going to be a high priority for me. But yeah, if I was drafting, and I'm in the lobby, I'm gonna see what comes back to me. But knowing that I won't be able to fully be interactive with my lobbies today, I'll probably just try to stack a little contrarian. But man, it quite obviously feels bad.
Okay. No, yeah, I mean, obviously it feels bad, but I'd rather do it today than yesterday.
Fade. Yeah, you were not fading yesterday, Phillies?
No, I thought Phillies were in the best spot ever yesterday. Today feels a little bit more like, oh yeah, I'm fine getting to Dodgers. I'm fine to getting to D-backs. I'm fine getting to that Sutter Health Park game. By far is my favorite game, especially ADP adjusted. I'm fine getting to the Blue Jays today against Randy Vasquez. Like that feels nice. So like there's a lot of spots that I can tell myself stories that don't revolve around 101 Coors guys.
Yeah, I agree with that. I did not have a profitable day yesterday, but I did think that the Phillies were a great stack yesterday, just because like Kepler was like easy to grab, just way too easy to grab, batting in the middle of that order. But obviously, it was Brewers Day with Turang and Frelick instead. So that was very humbling.
That's baseball, Susan, right?
Yeah,
that's baseball.
It sure is.
Obviously, now this is like a roundabout conversation and a game theory based conversation and how we're playing the games. Obviously, when we look at projectable run totals and implied run totals and stuff like that, the Phillies are going to be popping. Like they're going to be a run and a half higher than anybody else on this slate. But that's we're taking the game theory element of it into this conversation. It's not that Nez doesn't like Philly stacks. It's relative to the game, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. I will bring up one thing here I was looking at earlier from the Ballpark Pal to agree with you. This is the home run meter here, and it is popping big time for Sutter Health Park, for Dodger Stadium, even more so than Coors. It actually has the Rogers Center adjacent to Coors Field here. And one thing I brought up on yesterday's show there, Nez, the handedness stuff that I was shocked to learn in terms of ballpark factor. I'll just bring it up again for everybody with the ballpark factor. I was shocked to learn how well the ballparks were playing, or the ballpark this year with the rolling one year sample size here in terms of park factor. We've been all over this Sutter Health Park one, but I was shocked to see Dodgers basically adjacent to Coors here. I was shocked to see the Rogers Center all the way up here. And then when you switch to just filtering by home runs, using 100 as a baseline average, Rogers Center 142 here, and then Camden Yards kind of lapping the field above, which is shocking with how poorly O's stacks have performed. But just wanted to put it on people's radars that, like, we've kind of been poo-pooing a little bit of the Blue Jays stuff. And now, man, maybe getting the Blue Jays at home today feels really good against a guy who doesn't get any strikeouts.
Yeah, I'm like really curious how that stuff is measured.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, I agree with, like, I've liked the Orioles game stacks for pick'ems and home runs like quite a bit this season, mostly because of like the weather. Like the weather's been good, the wind's been blowing out, and there's been a lot of righties on the mounds, or just guys with reverse splits and trying to attack the lefties mostly, and maybe getting some cheeky right-handers. But like, I'm just really surprised. It is weird that park factor changes as often as it does too. It's like these dimensions aren't changing. So like, I need a doctor to come on the show and explain to me like why things are the way they are.
Yeah, I mean, okay, let's think about this for a second. Baltimore, the dimensions did change, so that's probably good. That could definitely be playing a factor. That left field that was so bad last year is no longer so bad. The Blue Jays dimensions changed 2 years ago and kind of zapped right-handed power. Maybe if we split, let's see what the righties look like in terms of home run factor here. Nope, Blue Jays are second for righties now. And then we'll take a look at the lefties. Lefties are crushing there, and Blue Jays are second there. So lefties are popping off the chart for Camden Yards, and it's kind of basically same for Blue Jays as second best park there.
I know it's I can't wrap my head around it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the roof's open more earlier in the year than it had been in years past. Maybe there's a new little wind tunnel like we had last year with Cleveland and San Diego.
Yeah. This is just like, tinfoil shit, but like, is this more or less, is this data telling us that like, is this baseball data, AKA like data about the balls, is the ball flying different? Are we getting, because we know the balls are inconsistent. Yeah. Are they, deliberately, just tinfoil shit?
Right. Yeah. Like, is the humidifier, humidor being used in one park that it wasn't in the year before, or vice versa?
Yeah. And is it also like, this to me, and again, like, I don't know, seems like very results driven.
Right. Yeah, I think you're right. Let's see.
It seems like it's being overfit. Like, because the Orioles have gotten smiggity fucking smacked time after time this year, their park factors are out of this world. Like,
right.
Do they just suck?
Yeah, right. Like, has their pitching been the worst rotation in all of baseball? Probably.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's true, man. It's true.
So I don't know. I just have, I do worry about oversimplifying some of the stuff. That's all. But like, obviously, Coors is going to Coors, short porch is going to short porch, things of that nature.
Right. Yeah, cool. I just thought it was an interesting little conversation. I'll bring up the weather here. It looks like this Atlanta game, there's kind of like a ongoing situation. Hat tip to Underdog for not including the Cleveland or Minnesota game on either of the slates there. It kind of would have been a little chaotic potentially there. It's been ugly the last couple of days, but it kind of sounds like this Atlanta Washington game is kind of sandwiched in between, according to Roth, the Texas and Yankees game. So it kind of sounds like Boston's the safest. Yankees is next safest, and then Atlanta and Washington is the next safest after that.
Yeah, that's the way it looks. You got to understand too, for people, mostly kind of talking to myself here, like a Roth orange is really like 30% chance that this game gets shitty.
Sure.
Like,
yeah.
It's just letting you know the risk. Too often, I bake in the risk too much. So just like keep that in mind, because John's boy Smith Shawver on the mound, but I love when righties face the Nationals, and I just don't think people are going to look that way at all because they're orange. The Nationals, people don't quite like to draft yet, but if that game does play, I love lefty Nationals against righties.
Dude, that's a pretty good shout there. We saw CJ Abrams homer twice the other day on the Daytime Diamond slate. I can't remember what day it was now. I guess it was Monday, something like that. So we saw that one happen. And then we also saw yesterday them get to Spencer Strider in the first inning there, which is, an anomaly there. But they put a 3 spot on Spencer Strider. He settled down after that. But like just their ability to do damage against right-handed pitching, they faced some good ones, and they've still been able to do some work there. Pesky, the top of that lineup. My one note on the Nationals while you bring it up is Dylan Cruz left. I think it was a back. I think it was something to do with his back tightness, back soreness, or something yesterday. I'm not anticipating him in the lineup today.
Yeah, that was a bummer. He was starting to hit really well. I would anticipate he sits.
Yeah. Bry rolling through with the GMs and says he loves the WNBA. Well, then you're gonna love about 30 minutes ago, my friend. There, we butchered the hell out of some names, but we're getting better day by day. Incremental developments here. Nez, this is how it all started back in the day, and we just slowly learn day by day.
So we do. We may not give you the best, but you're gonna get our best effort.
Nice. And some days you're not even going to get that.
Nope.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's fun. All right, Nez, I am looking at some lineups right now. We already have Boston's lineup. We have the Mets lineup. So that's bullish for that game in general there. Some good pitching in that one with Crochet, who's SP1. We also already have a Rockies lineup, which is pretty right-handed heavy, but Mickey Moniak drew in Ryan McMahon's back in the lineup in the 4 spot there after missing yesterday. And then Nick Martini sneaks back in at the bottom of that one. So nothing crazy noteworthy yet in terms of lineup construction. Nick Sogard's hitting 6th for the Red Sox. That's a thing. With Trevor Story hitting behind him. But outside of that, that's kind of all I got for early notes. We can kind of go back into the site and the pitching and the stacks and that sort of thing that you like.
Yeah. Like I said, dude, the Athletics today, just criminally undervalued. Like they're not even in the top 20. Any of them?
Yeah.
What's going on? Do people not check the weather? Like, do people not check opposing pitchers? What happened when ADP was set that nobody wanted the Athletics?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you here, Nez. I really like Athletics. I really like Angels for the part factors, which you mentioned there. I'm a little more bullish on Athletics opposed to Angels because around here we are JP Sears respectors, but I definitely want some of those righties in there. Obviously, the note here is probably no Jacob Wilson today after being lifted early yesterday. Also, keep your Winhurst up for a potential sit day from Shea Bangliers, but he homered yesterday there. I am going to look up tomorrow's schedule just to confirm. Tomorrow, the Athletics are a day game. So day game after night game tomorrow, which means Shea Bangs is going to sit one of the two, probably more likely to sit the day game tomorrow than tonight would be my guess.
Yeah, I would agree, especially with like Wilson out.
Yeah. There's also day games after night games tomorrow for the Yankees and Texas. So that one's a getaway day tomorrow. Same with Toronto and San Diego, and same with Philadelphia at Colorado. So just on your radar that the 4 latest games tonight are also the 4 earliest games tomorrow, which will make for a fun night slate tomorrow for us because there's only 2 carryover games and we get new series in most of those other ones. But just be mindful tomorrow with resting catchers or potential resting catchers tonight based on handedness of pitchers and that sort of thing.
Yeah, good shout. Good shout there.
I guess it's kind of noteworthy that it's Carlos Rodon tomorrow for the Yankees. So you would get a lefty tomorrow and you're getting Yarborough today. So you're getting lefties back-to-back days. Obviously Yarborough not going to go the distance kind of deal, but yeah, just putting that on people's radars.
Yeah. Trying to think about any other spots that like I really like today. It is interesting, man, that Corbin Burns being drafted SP3 and like Dodgers with like a 5 implied run total against him. Can't help but laugh.
Yeah, right. I mean, 5 implied run total against him, and now obviously a lot of that can come against the bullpen and stuff. But he's given up 4 runs in his last 5 starts. He's given up 2 in his last 4. He's back to kind of like old school Corbin Burns with the strikeouts. He did work against the Dodgers recently. Went 7 innings, didn't give up a run in that one, 17 fantasy points. So Corbin Burns looking every bit of old Corbin Burns when he looked a little shaky to start the year. That being said, the Dodgers are the Dodgers, right? And yeah, you might want to temper your expectations today with Corbin Burns.
Yeah, I'm not going to have a ton of him, I don't think.
Okay. Yeah, that checks out. Maybe that's a good segue to just talk about the pitchers and the pitcher spots that we're looking at. I think almost everybody's going to be in lockstep with Garrett Crochet being SP1 on this slate. But where do we go after that?
So I'll play contrarian and say he's not my SP1.
Okay, cool. Who do you like then? You like DeGrom?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep. I am DeGrom pilled.
You think he's all the way back?
Yeah. It's hard to not feel extremely good about his form right now. Get some strikeouts out of the Yankees and Crochet. They're both not in great parks, but I really worry about the righties against Crochet in Boston. I think Crochet has like sub 10 fantasy points in his range of outcomes in a pretty strong way. Worried about that spot for him.
Okay, cool. Yeah, evergreen reminder that Francisco Lindor is a lefty killer, and he's going to have that green monster to work with there. Starling Marte is going to be hitting second. Vientos hits lefties well. They're going to do the double catcher thing, I think. Torrens in there. No, just one in there. But yeah, only 2 lefties in this entire lineup, and one of them's Juan Soto, and the other's Brett Beatty, who's been decently hot since he came back up, kind of deal. So
yeah, he's been a revelation for them.
Tyrone Taylor, also a lefty killer, but is definitely a pinch hit risk in that one. So you're probably not going to get that gal brain with stacking against Crochet, but Lindor obviously a decent pick to click for a home run with that green monster.
Yep. Yeah. And just like, Alonso playing as well as he has. It's just a really good Mets lineup right now. And obviously Crochet is extremely talented, but the blow up risk for him is just massive.
Kind of like left-handed Dylan Cease.
Yeah. Really, really good comp.
All right, dude. Yeah, strikeouts will be there if he gets them. Let's talk about this kind of next grouping. So you're kind of out on Burns versus the Dodgers because the implied run total there. Does that lead you to some AJ Smith-Shawver, or as you said you like the Nationals more there? Who are you getting to from the next bracket?
If I have to, it's probably Gosman and Megill.
Okay. Yeah, Taylor McGill.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Gosman against the Padres. Padres, you mentioned the strikeout rates are not high, but just the ability to put up a quality start against them for Gosman, I do like pitching at home today. And then Megill going up against Boston, who's just kind of like in a weird form at the moment, and I don't think Megill's a terrible pitcher either. So that's where I'm at there. But like, yeah, after this, it would be Dustin May, and like hope that I don't have to pick anybody else from the bottom tier.
Yeah, sounds good. Dustin May, obviously, some really good stuff. We talk about his stuff all the time, and it, hasn't fully materialized into strikeouts in his career. But he does have those starts where he kind of shocks the world sometimes and runs up like 8, 9, 10 Ks there. He struggles with a little bit of power stuff, and notably power against righties for whatever reason was something that was jumping out to me earlier there, which is counterintuitive because I would have thought I'd really like to play the lefties here, but I might, Gino missed yesterday, or was it the day before? I think it was yesterday. Might mix in a little like Gurriel plus Gino stack or something like that.
Yeah, we all do the Diamondbacks are like the Seahawks of baseball.
Ooh, okay. Tell me this pen.
I mean, there's a Kevin Clark tweet where like he says like the Seahawks have like never played a normal game of football,
right?
Because they're just like, dude, every Diamondbacks game is like extra innings, 11-12. Like
yeah.
High scoring, major rallying in the late innings. It's insane.
Yeah, like last night it was the big 2-run home run from Corbin Carroll there, and then it looks like, oh, here we go, we're gonna take care of business, 2-run homer, and then they proceed to just Shelby Miller proceeds to just walk the world, and then hit by pitch and walk and whatever, they end up losing the game after the big swing from Carroll.
Yeah, I mean it's every game. Seriously, if you look at their box scores, I mean if you could look at their win percentage chart, would really be the way to telegraph this. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah. All right, dude. We got I imagine both of us are going to be off Sears today. Maybe mixing and matching both sides of that game, but probably off Sears today, probably off Taijuan Walker, as we alluded to earlier. Randy Vasquez doesn't strike anybody out. So I will be playing the Toronto stuff there. Nikonowitz, I just whatever. Trevor Williams, professional ass pitcher, but no thank you. Yarborough won't go deep enough into games to roster.
I'm sorry. I got to get him a bottle. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
Give me a second.
No worries. The contrarian stacks, obviously Phillies are going to be stone cold chalk. Contrarian stacks that I was kind of digging, obviously like the Nationals, as Nez alluded to a little bit, but they weren't my favorite of the bunch. My favorite of the bunch was Athletics, LA, and Toronto. I thought Toronto was really misrepresented. I know Vasquez hasn't been like a gas can, but like these Toronto ADPs are way down. We talked about the ballpark there. They showed a little bit of pop last night against Dylan Cease. So I think mixing and matching some Toronto there is good. Wherever you look for projection stuff, the Cardi in particular actually has Shohei Ohtani as the 101 today for what it's worth. Obviously don't love the Judge matchup today, but you can always play Judge all the time. Contrarian leverage if you want to get to Yankees stacks. Ben Rice hit one to the upper tank last night. So if you want to go that route with some of the lefties, but I probably won't be stacking against DeGrom today. Don't love the spot. So I think if I was choosing one-offs from the top of the board, like people are marveling in the chat about, Judge at 6 and stuff like that. Yeah, I think that's entirely fine today. Like if I'm picking one-offs, like I would rather have the Otanis of the world. I'd rather have Tatis. I know Nez likes the Kevin Gausman stuff a little bit more than I do, but like I'd rather have Tatis than Judge today. I would rather have maybe not as far as like Vlad and some of those other guys, but like there's just so many spots that I like to. Was that John's Dingers teams crying in the background? Well said. Well said. Oh man, the pound telling you to slip some way. We got to get this guy. We got to get this guy bulking up early, dude.
Yeah, and maybe that'll keep him from crying a little bit. A little birthday cake whey protein. What do you think? That'd be good. Would you like that?
Yeah. I like Nolan's shout here talking about the crazy shit that we see in Arizona where it's like 10 runs in 2 innings and then nothing for 7. Like that's good, clean fun. That's exactly how they've been playing thus far.
Yes.
Yeah, and then Colorado, man, you're going to want both sides of that game. But in particular, like just the Rockies relative to ADP, because anytime you can get the Philly stack, like go for it. But I'm not going to fight people for Philly stacks today unless I'm spending all day in the lobbies. I would go ahead and stack some of these guys here. Even the righties look fine to me. I would be mindful that Nick Martini, Kyle Farmer, or Mickey Boniak are going to get pinch hit for at one point in time or another here in this game, just given the fact that they have Michael Toglia available off the bench and they have Tyler Freeman off the bench. So I'd just be mindful of that in terms of your stacks. Kind of stick to the big 5 or whatever.
Yeah, I like that top 5 quite a bit.
Yeah. Let's hop in a draft and see what it looks like here.
Sorry, I got. Once this bottle warms up, then I can unmute myself.
Daddy daycare, baby.
Doing our best. Doing our best. That's all we can say.
Austin saying that Brad's in the lobbies drafting Dodgers and Snakes. I mean, yeah, it checks out. Conditions look pretty good for hitting there, and they're both 2 good lineups. And Brad stacks everybody. Meat Glazer telling you to rub the bourbon on the gums. Classic generational technique. Oh. All right, we roll the 103 here. We got friends and family in here. We got Justin in here. We got Top Stat NFT in here. We got the game who took down a slate earlier this year. Svi's always hanging out, and Vogie Berra hanging out. Let's see if we can navigate these tough waters here. Yeah, I think like in terms of projection and spots amongst pitcher, the Corbin Burns and Smith Shawver ADPs stand out, I guess, as like not the best. Probably like the worst in terms of projection relative to ADP. But yeah. All right. Ohtani goes first there. Harper goes next. We could start fighting people for Phillies. I think we should just go ahead and take Jacob deGrom here, our SP1 for the day. Lots of strikeouts available in the bottom half of that Yankees lineup. As long as you fade, like Judge and Trent Grisham and Ben Rice at the top, you can find, you can find a lot of strikeouts.
I've got deGrom really high today.
Checks out, my friend. Oh,
there we go.
Austin out here building GMs. He gets Judge and Schwarber together and then goes for the Braves top 3. Absolutely. Seems good. I guess we didn't really talk about the other side of the Nationals there. Because when I was looking, it was tomorrow's slate. Never mind. Yeah, like Trevor Williams is, professional ass right-handed pitcher, but like he's definitely a guy you could stack against. Like 5 runs, 4 runs, 4 runs, 3 runs. I also don't love. We said it earlier with the Yamamoto thing, but Trevor Williams is facing Atlanta for the second time in like a week, right? So there's that. Austin saying that Hoskins just homered again. Yeah, I mean, dude is scorching right now. Ever since he switched to the torpedo bat. We did DeGrom first here. I like Tatis in a vacuum. We could use him as like a one-off or whatever, but I want to build out something contrarian. Let's start with Vlad. I like this spot for Toronto today. We'll start with Vlad here at pick 10. What happens beside us? We see the full Dodgers stack for Vogie Berra. So, I mean, on days where you can get Ohtani, Beck, and Freeman all together, why not, right?
Yeah.
Toronto, let's do cover boy, Brent Rooker. We both were in love with Athletics power potential today. So we mix and match a little bit of that.
I like the Blue Jays I call from you.
Yeah, not bad. I mean, Randy Vasquez is just, nothing to write home about, right?
No, he's not. And I've been liking Varsho lately from the left side.
Yep, good power.
I'm not getting to any of these like creative players like Barger and Lukes, but
I think Barger's fine if you want to get there.
You
think? A little bit of power, a little bit of speed.
Okay.
It's obviously thin, but like I'd rather play him than like Kirk, for instance, on our site.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Kirk is a meme.
Yeah. Isaac Paredes homered again. He's on a mega heater. Wow.
Holy shit.
Love to see it.
That did not help me because I did not have Paredes in that team of mine.
Oh, you had Astros, but not Paredes.
I went contrarian Stros, bro.
Okay.
And by that I went Walker, Yiner, Christian Walker, Yiner Diaz, and Jose Altuve in my threesome.
Directionally accurate.
That's right.
Speaking of which, for people, Astros, be mindful in the next 2 days here. Like Jordan's pretty close.
Yeah, any day now.
Yeah, they just keep doing the any day.
Yeah.
Jordan Beck goes there, so someone else is building out Colorado. Neto's already gone to build out Angels. So I think we just stay in our lane here, Nez.
Yeah, I mean, you can keep building out either of these teams.
Okay. Soderstrom?
Yeah.
Or let's do Soderstrom.
I do like old Dusty May, but Ketel Marte being available in the 4th round makes me wonder, do I need to be mixing in some Arizona stacks?
Yeah, just doing a little snakes up. I mean, I always like Ketel more from the right side than the left side, but
of course.
But yeah. All right, who's your next favorite Athletic, and or do you want to go Toronto with it?
No, I think we should go contrarian Athletics because I think when people get there, well, we could do Varsho, but let's do Varsho now.
Athletics.
Nicholas Kurtz.
Because he homered yesterday.
I've been taking Nicholas Kurtz through the bad and the bad, but now he's good. Now it wasn't even a pulled home run.
We will take Nick. And then we'll probably mix in one Toronto bat here.
Yeah, call it a lineup. Call it a sweat.
Call it a lineup indeed.
I know we're going to get to it tomorrow, but yeah, are you one of those people?
With crazy Jordan shares in the dinger?
Yeah.
No, I took Tatis over him every time.
Yeah, I do not have a lot of Jordan either.
Like, I think I had a bit. I mean, we can look at the sweating dingers, but I'm paying enough of the rake right now with my Seager and Trout stuff, but everything
Yeah.
else looks pretty good.
Trout will be back soon. He's running on the field. He's taking BP on the field.
There we go.
He's almost back.
Here. I haven't looked in a long time. Advancing 18 out of 150, 12% right now. Not great. Kind of fine.
We can't all draft 90% Luis Ariz and advance 50% of our teams.
Is that a thing? Someone did that?
Oh, yeah.
90% Luis Ariz.
Yeah. And he was like the top advancing guy for like a month.
No offense to whoever that user is. That might be some of the dumbest fucking shit I've ever heard on this site.
Let's see how many teams you're advancing again.
Well, we're so early. And it really doesn't matter. Like it's one slate, Nez. But my point being that's dumb.
Singy, Duke Dean is also high on the advancing list, but he's not quite as bold as Singy.
Wow, 64% PCA. That one's probably killing me right now. I don't have very much PCA at all. I thought everybody was over their skis on the Cubs in general. So I was a little bit lighter on Cubs.
Yeah, it would have been nice.
We will see. Oh yeah, the Luis Robert's not going so great. Fott's okay. Lowe's back now. Tolia's not going great. Morel's not going great. Gavin Williams didn't go well. Glasnow's IL.
I mean, Luis isn't going like awesome, but isn't he like doing okay? No, he's not. He's doing terrible. Why did I think I saw something that said he wasn't doing terrible? He is doing terrible.
Yeah, there was an interesting quote from him, the tool shed, baby. There was a quote from him the other day that they're like, what do you think about your prospects of being traded at the deadline? And he was like, I don't think anybody wants me right now or something.
That was awesome.
I was like, yo, nice, dude. That's legit.
He's not wrong.
Oh man, that's good. All right, Nez. There we go. That was our baseball draft. That was our baseball segment. I think to tie a bow on it all, Nez is going to be off of Burns and some of the Smith Shavers and the mid-tier guys. He'll have Jacob deGrom over Garrett Crochet today. He will be higher than the field on Gosman. And then we both really like Athletics, Toronto, Angels, and Contrarian Coors through the Colorado variety as kind of our contrarian leans.
Great synopsis.
Wow. Why did we spend half an hour dissecting that? We could have just said that.
We should have just went with that. Why don't we just do that?
Oh man. Okay. I am gonna give me 1 second here, Nez, as I filibuster away. I should have been doing this before, but then I kind of forgot. What in the world? Bad radio. Apologies.
I could put the mic up to Mello's nose while he breathes and feeds.
Yeah, baby ASMR.
What for the people to get ready? What are you trying to draft? Just FYI.
I think it feels like a BBM 3 kind of day.
BBM 3.
BBM 30. Oh, actually, okay. Cole's got one good one in the chat here. Any baseball pick'ems you guys have been crushing? We did start with a basketball one there that I can share again in the chat here for everybody. If you are just now joining the program, so I just shared the basketball one. That is our extendor one. But we could do a little. Let's take a little look at the old home run skis here, and see if we could cook up something fun in this one. We like the Athletics.
That game in general.
Yeah, we like that game. Soder Dong is worth 248. Can we go back-to-back days with Nick Pause?
I mean, he's like 4x.
4x for our guy Nick Pause?
I mean, all he does is all he did was smash. So I think he's worth it.
Okay, and then another one to take from that same in that same vein. I was looking for some Blue Jays stuff, like Varsho or something.
Mm-hmm. What is it? What is he at?
I'm scrolling. I'll just look it up. Varsho 235. Let's see what Santander is. Santander 229. We could do this Toronto V. That's your good trick.
Oh yeah.
Springer's almost 4. Varsho's better than Santander. Bo Bichette 4 and a bit. Kirk at 5 and a bit. Ernie Clement. There actually, sidebar. There is a good Ernie Clement clip from yesterday where Chris Bassett tells him to move over. And he's like, why? No, I'm in the good spot. And the guy in the dugout's like telling him, yeah, you're straight up, you're good. And then he looks back at Chris Bassett, and Chris Bassett's like this, like move over. And then the next pitch, the ball goes right to him. And Chris Bassett's just like arms up, like, yeah, what'd I tell you, bro?
That is insane.
Yeah. Vlad is 3x. Let's do the Vlad one. That's a fun one.
Okay.
That is basically just running back the lineup we just created. Vlad. Why can't I get Vlad? Vlad 3x. Always check your promos. No promos there. 25 for 1K. That means 50 gets you 2. Let's go. Putting that one in the chat. Hard-earned dollars. I like it. Cheese Man rolling through first time, long time. Did I miss the dance recap? Yeah, bro. We did it yesterday. First 10 minutes of that one. Took a look at that. Couple dance teams, but they don't look great. Not going to lie. The Gills Arena one looks okay. And the big Zamboni stuff looks best. All right, Nez. I think it's time, dude. I think it's time. Let's give this a stop the screen. Give the new screen some love here. There. Boom. BBM. You think the people can do 20-second clock, Nez?
Let's do it. We told them 30, but let's do 20. Let's see if they join up.
Wow, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
Everybody's getting in.
See you, my friend. All right. Let's see what we're working with here. We had to switch the browsers there so we could get the SideKick coming up for us. How's that looking? Are we good?
I don't see your SideKick.
Oh, yeah, I got that. I got that.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. We'll get rid of the bookmark bar there. What's on the side here? How do you get this thing? Hide the sidebar. There we go. Now we're cooking.
Solving Firefox.
Solving Firefox. Brought to you by the dumbest guy on planet Earth. All right, Nez. let's talk a little ball here. We got Jack in here with us. We got a couple guys I don't recognize. We got OMG. We got Dread Pirate Roberts, a screen name I haven't seen in a little bit, but love. Yeah, what else we got going on? The fantasy coach. He's about to coach us up here. Cole Anderson. Let's go.
We're at pick 9.
We are at pick 9, my friend.
Interesting spot to be drafting these days. I think this is a really flat tier. These the next 6 players at that spot, I think, are very flat.
All right. This screams Neighbors Bowers.
You do love Neighbors, right?
Oh, yeah. How can you not? He's so fun to watch. And he just got quarterback upgrades times 3. And he was like rookie's receptions leader last year.
You know what they say, when you have 3 quarterbacks, you have none.
You have 3 quarterbacks. Yeah. Oh man. Duke saying the 9 has been fun lately. That's his spot. Brian's in the 4 hole there. Bonner Brian. There you go.
It's a great username.
Saquon Barkley is dropping like a rock in these rooms because
that is so funny, man. That is so funny. Are we serious?
We are.
I don't think we are.
We are very serious.
That is an unserious maneuver.
Genty goes there. Oh, dude, we got to do Neighbors.
Let's do it. You need to sign. You make this pick, and then I'm gonna troubleshoot your sidekick.
Dude, what's going on with that?
Pull it back.
I did the on and then off again.
And then click the logo.
Yeah, that little refresh. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Then you might need to just like refresh your screen. I don't know.
Yeah. Give me 1 sec. Boom. Wow, Christian McCaffrey at 12 now too. I was hoping we get Christian McCaffrey on the way back here. Just trying to be cheeky, dude.
I know. I mean, well, Pat and company have Bowers for sure.
Let's pass on Bowers. Or do we want that week? Huh?
You don't want to do the Corey?
No. Let's take AJ Brown.
All right.
Everyone and their dog's going to be doing the week 17 Giants and Vegas stuff and Bowers, and I'm out, dude.
I think Bowers, I don't think it's going to happen as often as you think.
Really?
I don't. Like, obviously people want that, but like, I see Bowers, is going to, I think it's going to be hard to get Bowers to fall to the Neighbors pick. I mean, I'm jazzed the fuck up for Brock Bowers, man. So, and I think other people are too.
Yeah.
Like, I've been a Geno Smith guy ever since we've been doing these shows. Mm-hmm. Just a second year of Brock Bowers, nobody gets worse their second year. Nobody. It's never happened. Like he's just going to be a monster, Which I know you're not saying otherwise, but yeah, I just think it's TLDR. It's good chalk.
I got you. I don't know. Has Pete and Geno as a combination ever featured a tight end though?
Have they? That is hilarious. You just hit me with the T-Bear ass retort.
I had to do it. I had to do it for conversation.
Well, they've never used a tight end before.
They've never. They're just
going to throw their hands up. I'm sorry, Brock. We don't know how to use you.
I got to get the comments back on screen. Chat is on one right now. They're telling me, didn't someone win $3 million doing a chalk 1-2 turd stack?
We don't know because he never told his significant other.
That's good. That is very good. That was the CD Lamb Amon-Ra one, right?
Yeah, that was giga chalk.
Yeah. Brett Boy telling us there's no such thing as sophomore slumps, according to Nez.
Yep.
Undoubtedly. All right. Dude, are we going to be the guys who try and push AJ Brown? Push Hurts, or can I be the guy who starts taking him at 40?
Huh. You could probably push him past that turn, right?
Like this is, past the turn for sure. But like, this was my thesis last year where it was like these Philadelphia like stacks weren't going to be there forever.
Right.
My default spot here.
There we go.
Mike Evans, Breece Hall.
What do you think about Breece Hall or Kyron?
Oh shit.
Or neither.
Or neither. Dude, I forgot we were 20-second clocks. I'm internally ready to like break it all down and talk about it. That was a SideKick ass pick right there. That's what we went with.
You know what I'm sort of starting to do more lately? I'm constantly rolling out more slow drafts, like entering like 5 a day or so.
Yeah.
I am taking a lot of Kyron Williams.
Ooh, interesting.
I know.
That was my guy last year, and then he told me he was dusty.
Well, he is dusty, but I mean, he's the same guy 2 years in a row and has great results. And I have trouble thinking that the offense got. I can't talk myself into the offense having gotten worse. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're gonna pass on Jalen Hurts?
Yeah, I think we could do it for Breece here and see if he comes back, but I don't think he ever comes back. But we can try.
Definitely is not going to. But I'm cool with Breece.
Okay, let's do it. Because here's a couple things. So let me address there's more quarterbacks on the board right now than there typically is at this point in time. That's
Fair
the
point.
only reason I think we might be able to get away with it. That being said, someone's going to do Devonta Smith plus Hurts like 98% of the time on the left-hand side of the board, right?
Yep. Who is that? OMG?
Yeah, OMG just took Devonta Smith.
OMG should really consider doing a Mahomes Herbert stack instead. Premium, window, double tap.
Yeah. You don't want that chalk slappy Devonta Smith plus Hurts one.
I mean, look at us. We avoided the chalk with Bowers. You do not want the Devontae Hurts chalk. No way.
Dude, Ghost AF's killing me in the chat. John just wants to set up the Baker double.
Oh, we know.
Clear as day. It's clear as day.
Reflexively, just, oh, shit, Evans.
Yeah, Jumfrey's right, man. The 20-second clocks are for the Zoomer slappies. Us olds need the 30 right now on stream.
Yeah, it's helpful whenever we're trying to like fit in a show, but whew, man, yeah, it's I prefer my 30 seconds.
Yeah, let's see. Gives you some time to think here. Steven, what's up, my friend? GM. All right, not a bad start here, Nez. We got some olds, we got some youngs, we got 3 wide receivers, we got the Breece Hall bet. We're tripling down on the legendary upside of Breece Hall here in the 4th. Yeah, the Kyron Williams stuff that you were alluding to there is like McVay. It has literally, wow, Samsonite.
That was way off.
Slappy indeed to take Jalen Hurts there with Saquon Barkley. Oh my God, we're back up already. I love the addition of the sound on the SideKick. It's something I've been begging from Underdog for a long time. I think we could push running back if we want here, Nez, and all these guys. One of these guys is going to come back. I would
set it up. Just set it up.
Let's do it, baby. Let's do it. Chris Godwin time. Come on down, buddy.
Is that funny? Unbelievable.
Yeah, I've been begging the sound for when you're on the clock. Can you hear the sound?
No, it's not like coming through to me, but
Sure.
that is cool. I'm gonna have to have my volume up whenever I draft with that on the desktop next time.
Yeah, for people old enough to remember back in the day when I was helping build one of these sites, I was really bullish on sound effects and like emojis and interactive nature of it, kind of like fun app-based poker. And I really liked, some of the sounds you could create. Travion Henderson staring us in the face. Some of the other running backs.
I like
Laporta.
Travion.
You like Jennings more or Olave more?
No, I would do Travion.
Okay. That seems fun.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely fun.
That's a little bit of 17 correlation too, is it not?
Patriots. Drake's on a plane. Yes.
Drake's on a plane, yeah.
Shout out leg up, of course, for that mnemonic.
Oh
I think I
man.
mostly have all of them memorized if you were to try to quiz me.
Yeah. Cox just says this team's cooking, dude. We're doing all right, man.
No, it is a good team. It's a very
If a
good
dog
team.
bowl qualifier's telling us we're cooking, that's not bad.
AZ Cards saying is Stevenson dead. So like I understand being like weary of taking a rookie running back with Stevenson still there, but I think what I come back to a lot is like Antonio Gibson like took his job.
At the tail
What's
end of
Travion
last year.
Henderson gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it was just strictly via press conference where they were like oddly telling us that Antonio Gibson is the starting running back. And like maybe it wasn't always like 1-to-1 how they told us, but Travion is very good.
It feels kind of similar of like the inverse of what the team did 2 or 3 years ago. I guess it was when they had Damian Harris and everybody's like, whoa, taking Ramondre, Damian Harris dead, and then it's like, no, man, Travion just got that juice, and people really like what they saw last year.
Yeah, that was a callback.
Dog
Ramondre
that
was
baby.
he steamed up big that season, right? He was opened up at like pick 110 or something, and then wound up in like this 80s or 70s or something.
Yeah, something to that. Yeah. Man, this draft is flying by with the 20-second clocks with only sickos. It's crazy stuff.
Yeah, plus if anybody's on auto draft too,
Okay, we gotta start talking about our picks a little bit in advance. Okay. SideKicks likes Swift. It likes Baker. It likes
Hawkinson, Hawkinson, or no, we can't do the triple. That'd be crazy.
Let's do Hawkinson. I like that.
Okay.
The guys behind us haven't taken tight end. Nobody's gonna take naked Baker from us unless they do like, yeah, they could do like Igbuka plus Baker on the end there.
Can you throw Baker in the queue so I can see his ADP?
It is 90.
All right, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems so hilariously wrong to take him over Mahomes.
Right.
Well, we don't have to now, but it is funny.
SideKick, aka Jon likes Baker.
Jon bullied the SideKick into liking Baker. Hey, SideKick, I just drafted $5. What do you think I should do next?
That's the beauty of the dynamic thing is it's like it's only as good as its pilot, and its pilot right now is trying its best to crash this plane.
The pilot is telling it a hallucinated story.
Oh, there goes the Baker pick. Love to see it. Finally, we're building a good, reasonable team.
Damn, the Buccaneers Week 17 stack I am drawing a blank on right now.
Battle of Florida?
Yeah.
Miami?
Yep, Miami. Thank you.
Yeah. This is what we're rising tide and boats and stuff, Nez, because we're here to support one another with these mnemonics right now.
Sully Sullen hot dog.
For the record there, The tweet that I threw out about the Penix was entirely real. I was
I was hoping it was a joke.
For those who didn't see, I threw out a tweet that said I audibly said ramming Penix in front of the in-laws when I was sitting on the deck taking a break from cutting trees. I was like, I'll just rip one of these BBMs. I got 30 minutes or whatever. And I was like, nice, ramming Penix. And then someone looks at me and they're like, what are you talking about? What did you just say?
Audience of one. That should be your memoir, brother.
Oh, dude, put it on my tombstone. Audience of one. Nobody has more fun by themselves than me.
I'm about to have fun by myself after this. I've got to mow the lawn.
Buddy, what a treat.
Dude,
to get a lawn mow?
Oh. It is an absolute privilege. But we've been getting like way more rain than usual in Texas, and that plus the heat has just got my shit growing like a forest.
Oh yeah. That checks out. I'm surprised new build in Texas that it doesn't have turf in the backyard.
Yeah, that would have been clutch for sure. But they were like, no, take this grass. And
I kind of like the grass better. I was just surprised because unless you have like good sprinkler systems and shit, it just turns brown in the hot of the summer, right?
We do have like sprinklers.
That's legit.
Yeah, the Rainbird system.
It
has a little sensor so it knows when it rained and it won't go that same day.
Okay.
Push the plane. This draft's over.
Oh man, we're the Scata boys, and the Scata boys didn't get them. Dude, this is tough. We could do Kelsey and shut it down. We could do teammate correlation of Jordan Mason with TJ. We could do your boy Jalen Warren.
I think I'm Warren.
A shocking development to the team here. Trailing game script against the Browns in week 17, the shit bowl, and a couple dump offs to Jalen Warren.
I mean, yeah, pen sold.
Pen sold. You know who doesn't like to check down to his running backs? Aaron Rodgers.
Why does that matter?
Yeah, that's a good point.
What about Mason Rudolph?
Yeah, Mason Rudolph fucking loves Jalen Warren, dude. Oh, good clean.
What I'm saying. Big dumper home run.
Big Cal Raleigh. All right. They really like Kyle Williams. Kyle Williams 122, and it's telling us to bring him up this high.
This is a bit. We don't need to do that.
Drake May, Najee Harris. Let's do Najee. Let's do Najee plus or do you like Evan Ingram?
Najee.
All right, let's do Najee, dude. It was only one scroll away on the SideKick that they wanted us to take Najee. They were screaming Drake May at us, though.
Really? The SideKick?
Never. Couldn't be.
Huh. Interesting.
I will say that even if you don't use the legendary upside like rankings, like obviously that's one of the big benefits of the SideKick, but the ability to like mix and match your own rankings and then use the rankings within these tools is really helpful. Regardless of what tool you choose, like it's very helpful that you can upload your own shit amongst them, you know?
Yeah, that is a very fun benefit to kind of get multiple rankings like all at once, essentially. Because you can really do like three things, right? Because you can have custom. I think you can do no, because the custom would be what's in the app, what's on the web. Excuse me. What is like in your own rankings, I believe. So I'm thinking out loud here. In the SideKick tool, you have the leg up ranks built in, ADP. So it just goes like, hey, based on like what you've done, here's at ADP. And then custom, I think are the ranks on the website. So I just kind of caught myself there.
Yes, sir. Oh man, our guy Respooked, who was in the draft with us earlier, became an assistant manager at work. Good things happen when you watch the Badge Bros all day and don't actually work. You get promoted. You get promoted.
See what happens.
See what happens. Good juju all the way around. Congratulations, my friend. Chris saying he likes to walk the dog so he can draft, and then almost got run over by an incoming car. Holy shit! I love walking the dog for some drafts. That's my go-to afternoon routine. Take Mr. Good Boy to the park and rip a couple drafts here. Wow, dude. So when you're using the leg up rankings right now, they have the quarterbacks and some of these tight ends like way up that like look what happens in this pocket of the draft in a room where all of them are getting pushed. We basically have a queue that has only tight ends and quarterbacks on it right now.
Whoa.
Crazy.
Whoa.
I think we do Drake May, dude. Let's do it.
Okay. We can
No bye week overlap. Wow, we either got caught in a piss boy storm or it's just like this pocket of the draft board, I think.
Dude, I mean, that I've never seen that. Just a sea of purple and blue.
And its ADP and rank are identical.
Wow.
So like we're literally in a room right now where everybody's pushing quarterback and everyone's pushing tight end, which makes me really want to take our last tight end here. Or do you want to go with the room dynamics?
I think if we. So what do you think about running back? 4 or 5?
Probably 5.
I think we could do our 5th running back.
Dude, let's take Njoku. You get the week 17.
I don't like it because I think we need Hunter Henry. And I think we should do Trey Benson.
All right. Fine. I'm not a big Trey Benson guy.
I am.
All right. Interesting. Like taking Trey Benson right there to me is kind of like, to use your expression, looking the gift horse in the mouth, like that one. What is your expression about that?
Who was the gift horse that we looked in the mouth? David Njoku?
Dude, David Njoku's sick. He's a good player.
We need a New England pass catcher that isn't Pop Douglas or Jalen Polk, and it's gonna be Hunter Henry.
Okay, that's fair too. Because like I just look at like Benson there, and I'm like, Algier, Ray Davis, Garendo, Rico, Braylon Allen, like they're all like the same, and they're like 50 different picks apart.
They're all contingent bets. I don't disagree. I really am take locked that Trey Benson is good at football. So, wish casting that he has more of a standalone role this season. Contingent upside, I think, is mega smash, but like all those guys that you mentioned for the most part, like are also contingency smashes as well. So,
and they're just like 30 picks cheaper. Is more or less what I'm getting.
I mean, Garendo and Algier like just went.
Yeah, true.
They're not like that much cheaper.
Yeah, those two, yeah.
And we have, and Braylon would not have worked really on this team. So
yeah, Hancock feels bad.
But in general, like I don't disagree. Like I let me just say, the Trey Benson price, like I don't love. I don't even like it. But like I really like Trey Benson. So
okay.
And I feel like we were in a spot where it made sense. That is how I'm going to rationalize that pick.
Okay, do we take Hunter Henry here then, or do we push him around the corner? The sidekick's telling us to just do it now. Like kind of like what do you win when you win kind of thing.
Yeah, let's just do him now.
All right. Hunter Henry it is.
This is what sounds better than a 2.592 right now? 3.582?
Yeah, maybe 3. You might be able to sneak in a third quarterback here if we get like some correlation with, if you want to just take a Giants quarterback in the last round, like if we just take Dart in the last round, that's not terrible.
Yeah, for sure.
Which kind of makes So it's interesting here. We're really favoring correlation in the sidekick right now. The sidekick's telling us like you need wide receiver, which we desperately do. But we do have like 3 premium ones in the first 3 picks.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that assessment, but
Mm-hmm.
I like the way that we did this draft, Like
Yeah.
3 premiums, I mean hell, 4 in the top 60, and then just like went nuts everywhere else.
So Demario Douglas is buried. Cedric Tillman's probably good for the week 17. I kind of like Tillman here, dude.
I'm cool with Tillman, McMillions, or Pat Bryant.
All right, let's do McMillions then. He gets an ADP fall. We can do this full
I know it looks crazy.
3 stack. It's nuts, but I love it.
I'm just not ready to write off McMillions, dude. I'm sorry.
No, he's good last year.
It correlates.
Yeah.
Therefore, it's not a bad pick.
Right, yeah.
And really, so ahead.
Now, Steven's asking, do y'all prefer in BBM 2 quarterback and 2 tight end? Like, I think the kind of like chalkish meta and build has always been like this 2-6-8-2, and then the pendulum swung to like 2-7-7-2s, and then you can get a little more creative in the middle somewhere. 3 quarterbacks played way better than 2 quarterbacks did last year, but that's being results oriented with how many quarterback injuries there were and how many turnover in quarterbacks within rooms there were last year. So, yeah, I think in a vacuum, I would agree with that. Like 2 and 2 feels good right now, especially given the price tags of like how we saw all that purple and all that blue on the board. Just like eating 3 out of 4 in that range feels great to me. But what do you think, Nez?
I am like, so right now, but I'm still workshopping where I'm at with tight end. Mm-hmm. Last year I did a ton of 3 tight end, and I think I had really good 3 tight end teams because like I kind of nailed my tight end rooms with Jonnu Smith and Tucker Kraft. But like, what did it get me? Not a lot, but like I was right. I am really wanting to do more 3 QBs in drafts, just because I just think that a QB is almost like never a bad pick. A QB is always live to give you points, whereas like when you take that third QB, you could be taking a player that could be a 0 like all season long. So I'm at and then tight ends, score the least, and I keep seeing all this data on tight ends. So I'm like, I don't know that I'm fully ready to like back off my 3 tight end love, but I think the data is there to support it.
Cool. Yeah, I think it's good take, good stance in general. Bryant goes right in front of us there. It's telling us Demario Douglas for the stackability. Yeah, Tyler Lockett, Yoshivas. Who do you like?
I don't like Pop Douglas, man. Lockett, Hopkins, just take a dust ball.
All right, Dusty, Tyler Lockett it is. Come on down. Can't teach this old dog new tricks. We do have a shit ton of week 9 buys, I just realized, in our wide receiver room. So we should probably be fading week 9 buys from here on out. But we're going to end up with 9 receivers on this team, almost undoubtedly.
Yeah. It's an interesting 9 wide receiver team because, I mean, who cares? But how many, and I think this is a good team. Good teams are going to have 9 wide receivers when they start off how we started off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, even when you start off with like 3 wide receivers.
Yeah, I think most people are stopping at like, 8.
Yeah.
With that. And BBM 6, if this was BBM 2, people would be drafting 10 wide receivers after taking 3. Right. But
yeah, it's true. Should we start scrolling and having some fun here?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we'll see what the sidekick tells us. I mean, we could do like Slayton to set up another quarterback in the future here because we're done at running back. We could do, I'd say Slayton or Dontavian Wicks.
Let's do Wicks.
Yeah, let's have some fun.
I have a hilarious scroll for you as well.
Okay, perfect. That's what I need now. This is what I need to feel alive, is to take like the 200 ADP at like 180, and then we need to keep like pushing guys up and shit.
I can just give you the name now. No one's going to take this guy. So, the guy that I have in mind for you, John, is a guy that has just proclaimed he's staying with his current team, and he's stoked about it. He didn't even have that bad of a season last year.
He's staying with his current team, and he's stoked about it.
He's stoked. QB change, but he honestly was like surprisingly not bad last year. And
Calvin Austin.
No, Calvin Austin had nowhere to fucking go.
Okay.
And quite frankly, neither did this guy, but he's a week 17 stack.
Week 17 stack.
And for my money, like the wide receiver too.
Oh my God.
Of his team.
Sure. Yeah, no, I got you. I'm just surprised there's any wide receiver 2 left there.
It's a strange setup.
A new quarterback. Stokey's not leaving. Nick Westbrook-Akine.
No, didn't he go? Did he re-sign with Tennessee?
Oh, he might have gone to like Arizona.
I don't know where he went.
It was a pretty good guess though. Miami. He went to Miami. Shit, we gotta start.
The chat has it.
The chat has it already?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so bad at this. I don't know. Just tell me.
It's Lazard.
All right. Sure you don't want Malachi Corley instead?
No, I think Malachi Corley is done. It's over.
Okay.
How old is Alan Lazard?
We're up right now. We can do this Isaac Tasella guy. We could do. Is that how you say it?
It's not.
Dude, Ty Felton. We like that guy.
Yeah. Ty Felton's our guy.
And we already got a little bit of a Minnesota bet with Hawkinson.
And Wicks. Or no, they don't play. They played a million years in a row. Minnesota. That's Detroit.
Chris saying, careful, if you click Lazard, the stream will close automatically. No, just all our viewers will click it. Fantasy Dog was all over it. He had Miami and Lazard. He should be running the show.
Dude, let's recap his season.
You telling me Lazard? We're doing this? Dude, he's another week 9 bye.
Oh, no.
We got to pivot.
Savion?
Dude, what about Amari Cooper? Is that guy going to play?
Oh, dude, I think Amari Cooper is going to retire.
All right. I mean, the Bills tried to retire him.
Yeah. Really sad state of affairs for our guy.
What was a better pick there? To take Savion or to tack on a third quarterback?
Ooh, shoot. Forgot about Jackson Dart.
Yeah, the Jackson Dart pick. The SideKick told us Jackson Dart once I pulled the SideKick up.
Son of a...
But I cannot confirm that it told us before we made that pick or not. It might have still thought we needed a 9 wide receiver.
I forgot that we wanted to do Dart.
Yeah, you got carried away with the Alan Lazard was the skeleton key.
You didn't tell me no fast enough. You just gave me the suspense is killing me.
Alan Lazard's mom doesn't even pick him in the 40th round.
Oh, that is funny.
Good shit, man. Oh man. Good, clean fun. Yeah, here's a good one. Surprise Trey Tucker doesn't get drafted more. Will be on the field in 3 wide receivers sets. Yeah, I think it's just like a volume thing. I think he was a really sexy pick for people in the big board. And then when they added Besh, like people kind of just started pushing Besh up with that narrative and then took Trey Tucker off their boards, which is like classic rookie slappy behavior. But like Trey Tucker did have some nice, schemed up stuff for him last year, and he did have some decent games. So it's not a bad shout at all. We took him in one of the big board drafts on stream earlier, but yeah.
Yeah, I agree. He's going to be out there in 3 wide receiver sets.
Yeah.
And Gino throws a good deep ball too.
Yeah, no, he definitely does. Man, we might have fucked up on no Jackson Dart, but if Drake May is as good as the sidekick tells us, Drake May's taking this team to the promised land anyways, so whatever. All right, Nez, Baker, May, Brees, Henderson, Travion Henderson, Jalen Warren, Najee Harris, touching tribute to Nez with the end of this running back room, Trey Benson, Malik Neighbors, AJ Brown, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Jalen McMillions, Tyler Lockett, Dontavian Wicks, Ty Felton, Savion Williams, TJ Hawkinson, and Hunter Henry. I think if we take Savion Williams off of this team and put Jackson Dart on this team, we probably would be closer to the fucks than the sucks. But this team edges on the territory of fucks, but I am leaning it actually sucks.
No, I think this team's good.
Ooh. All right, that's what I needed to hear.
We draft good teams, and this is a good team. It's a wild team, right? But like, we're gonna get these we're gonna get these top 4 wide receiver picks correct. Mm-hmm. We're gonna get a little help from Dustball Lockett sooner than we expect. Wicks boomer bust, Felton boomer bust, and the McMillions pick, brother, is where we take this thing all the way home, because we're gonna get to where we need to be because of Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Right. And then we're going to bank the Jalen McMillian 2 touchdown game, and no one's ping-ponging that shit. Nobody's ping-ponging. But no,
nobody's ping-ponging it because nobody's drafting it that way. We're all in on the Bucks. I love it, dude.
Yeah, the sucks, fucks, or bucks scale, we're Bucks.
Oh, buddy, we're naming it the sucks, fucks, or bucks. That's what we're naming it. Dude, that was a good team. All right. Who said it in the
Stockton really wants us to look at his 2-hole.
Okay, so Michael Stockton's in the 2. M Stockton 33. All right, we'll pull up that one. We'll sauce.
Yeah, let's look at his 2-hole.
All right, 3 quarterback team, a 3-5-8-2, exactly what we should have done. Yeah, he did here. That's Kyler Murray, Raymond Penix, and Anthony Richardson. That's a fun ceiling-based QB room there. Bijan, James Cook, Montgomery, Roshan, and DJ Giddens. And then we got the Marvin Harrison stack there. We got the week 17 correlation with Devontae Adams. We got George Pickens slightly above ADP. We got Matthew Golden. We got Mims. We got Besh. We got Alec Pierce, Ray McLeod, Jonnu Smith, and Kyle M. Effin Pitts, Spicy Margs. What do you think, Nez?
I mean, that's a really good team.
Dude, he actually
it's a good team.
Like, honestly, this is like one of those super annoying instances where like he didn't do anything like crazy outlandish or like crazy creative, and he's like, sauce my team because I drafted, like some guy 40 picks above ADP. This was like genuinely like, let me flex how good I draft.
Yeah, that's what's annoying is you just wanted to show off. That's the problem. You just want to show off. Anthony Richardson, I think I am going to start drafting a lot more of.
I mean, it's kind of like a zero risk proposition, especially when he falls to like 191. Like, let's look, for instance, what's the opportunity cost of tacking on a guy who we've seen, he's only made 13 NFL starts, but he's been like inside of QB5 north of 4 or 5 times and broken slates for us, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, what's the value proposition of like 3 ceiling games, even if he doesn't start all year long? It's like you gave up on like Dylan Sampson. Don't even know if he has a job. Tutu Atwell, we know he's been asked for years. Like, who cares that they re-signed him? Will Shipley, contingent bet against the best running back in the league. Jalen Wright might be third on his own depth chart. Dontavian Wicks, I don't know. Could be wide receiver 5, could be wide receiver 2 on our team. So, like, what's the value add proposition? It's like, it makes a lot of sense to just tack on third quarterback Richardson.
Exactly.
Fuck, that was smart. Damn it, Michael. Made such a nice team. Might have to add M Stock at 33 to my fantasy best ball lineup. Fuck yeah, that's good. Oh, that's good. All right, Nez, let's tie a bow on it there. We've gone over the 2-hour threshold, and we promised we would stay to an hour and a half. Classic Badge Bros material stuff here. Best of luck tonight in the MLB stuff, in the carryover basketball stuff, in the carryover hockey stuff. And if you're playing in the WNBA streets there, we'll be back tomorrow. I think we're going to do baseball to start. Then we're going to mix and match some hoops and some puck there for the playoff contest. And then we are going to probably end with the 7th inning stretch if that doesn't run too long. If not, we'll push that to Friday and go from there. How does that sound, Nez?
Yeah, no, that sounds good.
All right. Bry's pissed. He wants the sauce. He's going, what the fuck, man? You guys just bypassed it. I'll sauce it up here for you, Bry. You got Mbuka without Baker. You're drawing dead. You got Tony Redacted. He's cost me a fortune. Loveland, don't even know that he can beat out Cole Kmet. Cedric Tillman, who the hell is going to play quarterback for the Browns? Why would you stack up a guy who doesn't even have a quarterback with another guy whose running back doesn't have a quarterback as well in Dylan Sampson and Rashad Smith? That's kind of a fun scroll the F down. You just got sauced, my friend. All right, Nez. Any parting words for the people?
No, I will see you tomorrow. Good luck in your NBA lineups that are ongoing. I hope I win.
All right, sounds good. I hope Nez wins too, if it's not me. Everybody's favorite time on the show, the end. Peace. See you tomorrow.